Hey guys, it's Robin. I survived. I survived my first semester of school in 20 years, and I'm thrilled. I'm relieved, and I'm just happy. And went out with my husband for a very well-deserved celebration Friday night. We kind of talked about some things, and I'm like, I need to make a video just to kind of reflect back on my first semester, so that's what I'm going to do. First of all, I want you all to know that you need to be proud of yourself. It's okay to be proud of yourself. And no matter if you're a single 19-year-old living in a dorm, or if you're older married with kids or not married with kids, or you're just older, whatever your circumstance, just be proud of yourself. You have to keep moving forward. The second thing that brings me to is I did reflect back on the semester, and I was like, okay, what worked? What didn't work? Absolutely, the planner and how I used it was phenomenal for me. It was great. I will continue to do that for next semester. Surrounding myself with fellow students who have the same goals as I do absolutely helped. I did that later on in the semester. I started studying in a different place. I had to kind of trash some negative, you have to do away with what is bad for you, and you have to pull in and embrace what is good for you and what's worked. Sometimes that's friends. Sometimes that's, I have great friends, but I could see younger ones sometimes being, oh, come on, you can study later, we need to go out, let's do this thing, it's Friday night, but you might have a paper due on Monday, and it's going to take you a long time. So you need to surround yourself with people that have the same goals and objectives as you, and sometimes you just have to cut loose the negativity, no matter if it's a bad boyfriend, girlfriend, if it's, friends that just want to party right now as much as you might love them. Your goal should be you. Your number one goal is to get through college, get that degree, so you can do for you, do for your family, do what you need. Then you can go on vacations and go out on the weekends and all that other stuff, but it's going to take some sacrifice, and you know what, you just need to buck up and start deciding what you need to let go of and what you need to embrace more of. I also look to inspiration, what inspires me to keep going, and absolutely it's my family, and it's knowing that this is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. So surround yourself with, if you have a study area, I'm at my kitchen table, so, but, put pictures of your kids, or if you have a study, or an office or whatever, surround yourself with pictures of your loved ones, ones that mean the most to you, whether they're here or they're past, whatever motivates you. You want a nice car, or that, beautiful white house with the picket fence and the big yard. Put things like that up there. Put small goals up, and big goals. Put things around you that keeps you motivated to keep going. Put quotes up. Me, I'm one for quotes. I love quotes, and I have one towards the end. But and don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't mean you're unintelligent. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're smart enough to know you can't do it on your own. It could be help from up above, a guardian angel, someone who's past that is on your side, looking down on you. Ask for that help, and no matter what the outcome, be sure to say thank you, okay? Because you survived, you pulled through it, no matter if you still didn't do as well as you wanted to, or whether you aced it or whatever. Don't ever forget to say thank you for being with me, being by my side, whatever. Because you can take away from a failure just as much, if not more, than you can take away from, doing well and great successes. When you feel yourself deflating, when your energy is fading, and I found this my last month, I had so much piled on me at the last minute, and it's all at one time, and you still have life and things going on. Get your stubborn on. Dig your heels in that ground, plant your feet, and knock it down, because it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go away. You're just going to have to face it head on and say, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, and remember what you're doing it for and just knock it down. Get your stubborn on. I have plenty of that, so that I can share. Find inspiration also, like if it's here on YouTube, if there's a certain YouTube nurse or clinical nurse or student nurse or whatever, someone who inspires you to keep going. And I have plenty, and I will go on there and I will watch the same videos over and over. I do what needs to be done to keep going and to stay focused, and a lot of times it is on here, and that's okay, you know. Be proud of yourself and your accomplishments, like I said, but be humble at the same time. You know, in some of my classes, like medical math, it's hard, and there's some people in there that was their second or third time taking this class. We have to pass it with an 85 to go to clinicals. I thought it was just a C. You have to retake it if you get a C. You have to pass with an 85. And so, you know, when you get that test back, you know, and you're like, yes! You have to remember who's around you, because there's some people, you know, save that for the car, save that for the ride home, you know, scream at the top of your lungs, or, you know, do it when you get in the house, but around you, kind of still just be humble. Nothing wrong with being proud of yourself, but at the same time, there's some others that are working their tail off and still just not getting it. So, you know, that could also bring you to the next thing of give back, do something nice for somebody. If you see someone struggling, offer them assistance, you know, and it's in how you do it and how you word it. It's not like, hey, I'm acing the class, you know, just say, I'm doing okay, and you know, if you ever need help, I would be more than happy to help you. And in return, when you really truly know what you're talking about and you're getting it, it does help you as well and reinforce what you know. So you're giving back to someone, you're helping them out, you're doing the right thing, and you're reinforcing it to yourself. It's kind of like a study group, you know, study buddies. Like I said, fellow students who have the same goals and objectives as you, a comfortable place you like to study. That could be at school, it could be at home, it could be at a Barnes & Noble or a Borders Books or something. A lot of people like to get a coffee and just sit in a comfy chair, and that makes them feel good. So do that. Do whatever. My dog, he's in here laying down with me. Do something nice, and then reward yourself. Have small rewards. So like if it's just, I did everything on my checkoff list in my planner, I did all the studying I wanted to do for this weekend, reward yourself with something small. It could be a coffee, it could be a treat, chocolate, something you normally wouldn't indulge in, or something. It could just be watching a funny movie. And then, you know, if it's a test or something you were really worried about and you ended up doing okay or great, then it could be a little bit bigger. And you know what? During finals, if you knock something out, or if you just made it through without, and maybe it's not the grade you want, but if you pass, you just need to take some things as they are and let go of the, I always set my bar for myself, my expectations for myself high. They're always very high, not just because my program is very competitive, but also because if I fall short, I'm still ahead. But I hate it when people say, I just need to pass, I just need to pass. And I even said it myself towards the end with algebra this year, I just want to pass it. If you just aim for the bare minimum, if you fall short, what happens? You'll fall short and you might have to repeat. So aim that bar a little bit higher, for the fact that, you know what, you're more than likely you're going to reach it. But if you fall short a little bit, you're still ahead of the game. That's what I do for myself, and it seems to work great. So with that being said, I had 4 classes. Some of these classes went towards the points I need to get into clinicals. Reading, I need 1 point, but I was exempt, so that's an automatic point I have. So composition, I took composition, English class. I totally underestimated it. Like I said many times before, the amount of work was insane. A lot of it was towards the end, piled on with everything else. I think they do that on purpose to see what you can handle, because a lot of times in life and in work, that's what happens. I pulled through, I got an A in that class, so I got my max 1 point towards clinicals for that. Sociology, no points go towards my clinicals for that, but it does go towards my degree, and I got an A in sociology. Clinical math, I got my 4 maximum points. That was huge for me. I entered the class with a 97%. I got a 101 on my final. It was a 2-hour final that I struggled in some places, but I circled things I wasn't sure of. I started with the more multiple step questions because I was fresh. However, I was still in my initial, anytime I start a test, I'm initially kind of anxious. I went through that in a video, so as I calmed down, I got in a better groove. So towards the end, when I finished with the easier one-step questions, or the multiple choice or whatever it was, I went back to the beginning, and there were a few things I changed because I knew it wasn't irrational. You know, we were talking about total volume, and I looked at that number, I'm like, that's insane. That number is just not even close to being right. And I redid it, and I got it right. So sometimes you just have to think, is that a rational number or not? You know, answer or whatever. So I did very well there. I'm so pleased, and that was a big amount of points to go towards my clinicals. And then my last class, the one that gave me the most fits ever, was Algebra, and I got a B. So I have 3 A's and a B. And I just need to be proud of that B because, yes, I did everything I could do to pass that class. I know I didn't, there wasn't an I didn't cross, or a dot and a T I didn't cross. I messed that up. But it's over. I don't have to take it again. I just need to be happy with that, and that's good. I came across a quote, and I wanted to read it. It says, "A word of encouragement during a failure is worth more than an hour of praise during a success." The author's unknown, but try and keep that in mind for yourself. Keep that in mind for your children if they're not doing well, but they're trying their hardest. Remember to encourage them, or even friends, not just your children, anybody in life, and it can be about so many different things. It doesn't have to just be about school, but remember to encourage those when they're down, because that can mean so much more to them than, you know, yeah, you did it great, proud of you, you know, type of thing. So I wanted to end on that note. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I love you all. Your words of encouragement and the comments you leave me mean a ton. So I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Off to a much needed break. I have a month off. I've shampooed carpets. I've got my house back in order. So now I get to just kind of relax and do for me for a little while. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.